everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Shelly's Millions. In today's video, I want to talk about the bill that AOC proposed to extend unemployment benefits. And firstly, I want to thank her. She's the only one that seems to really care and really get it and really stand up and take a public stance on even the possibility of an unemployment extension. I know there's going to be a lot of people that watch this video and they're going to comment below things like, get a job, it's time to get back to work. And I will be actually sharing my personal opinions on this at the end of this video because I haven't done that yet. And I think it's really important to let you guys know what I think about that. I am going to link the full text of this bill in the description down below. This is one of the easiest bills that I've looked at, and I only started looking at bills when I started the channel and talking about unemployment and looking at all of this past year and a half. Before that, I was not very into politics. I have a much better understanding of it now. So I guess there's one positive from all of this. What I mean is that what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants to do is she just wants to strike all of the places for federal pandemic unemployment benefits where it says that it ends September 6th, and she wants to update that to February 1st, 2022. So it's pretty easy because all of the other text seems to look exactly the same to me. It would just extend all the federal unemployment benefit programs through February 1st, 2022. And what I mean when I say federal unemployment benefit programs, I mean the PEUC, which is the extra $300 weekly unemployment boost. She wants to extend that through February 1st, 2022. She wants to extend PUA unemployment benefits through February 1st, 2022. So that's for gig economy workers, those people that were self-employed, and those that didn't have enough earnings to qualify for regular unemployment benefits. The PEUC unemployment extensions, that's the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program. She wants to extend that to February 1st, 2022. So all of the programs that were available before, she wants to make them available through February 1st, 2022. So that's what's in the bill. But unfortunately, even she says that it's unlikely to pass, but that she had to try. And I do really appreciate that she made that effort and submitted this. Unfortunately, she's right when she says it's unlikely to pass. The article that I am going to link for you down below, it says that the likelihood of this passing is dim. So that's not a good light to present this in. And even President Biden said that he thinks it's time for the $300 weekly boost to end. So even he is not really on board with at least that prospect of this. So keep in mind, to have this pass, first it would have to pass the House, then it would need to pass the Senate, and then it would make it to the president's desk to see if he signs off on it. But he could veto this if he doesn't want to extend it. And right now, the focus isn't on extending unemployment benefits. They're really focused on the infrastructure package. So this isn't really on anybody's radar. So I think it was more of an effort just to show that she is with the people, but she knows it's not really going to go anywhere, unfortunately. In her own words, what she said about the possibility of this passing is she's not entirely sure of the prospects of it passing, but added, "We will try, but I simply just could not allow us to let it happening without trying." If it did pass, those unemployment benefits would be retroactive to when the last program expired on September 6th. So I guess there's good news there. If it does pass, it would be retroactive. But again, even if it passed, at this point, it would take a long time to get those updates going in the EDD's computer system or wherever your unemployment office is. Things are a mess here in the state of California where I live, and the computer programming alone has been a nightmare and not gone very smoothly. And from my understanding, that's how it is in every state. So of course, that would take a long time to work out and get re-implemented as well. So even if it did pass, we're looking at a long time before people actually started to get paid again. And again, there's not much support for this. I think in order for this to gain support with our politicians, either things would have to get a lot worse with the pandemic, which would be unfortunate. That's not something that I'm rooting for. I think that perhaps if there was a big decrease in consumer spending, they might take a minute and think, oh no, maybe we need to look at extending unemployment benefits. And if the stock market crashed, I think that again, they might be able to put two and two together and say, oh, maybe this is because we ended unemployment benefits. Maybe we should look at an unemployment extension. But all of those things have other implications as well. So, I'm not rooting for any of those things to actually happen, but I would like them to extend unemployment benefits. And I'm going to tell you why right now. I know a lot of you say that we don't need an unemployment extension and that we need to get back to work. But there's at least two examples that I can easily think of that people really, really would need an extension on unemployment benefits. The first example is for a single parent. The kids are able to go back to in-person learning for the most part, but then they're getting sent home and asked to quarantine for 10 days because they've received exposure. And that's really hard for a parent to work with. I don't have kids, but I know for myself when I commit to a job, I want to be available for them. I want to go all in. It makes it really hard to commit if you know that one day your child could be in school and the next day you need to ask your employer for 10 days off because you need to stay home with your child who is asked to quarantine. Now, your employer can't use this to retaliate against you or fire you. There's extra sick pay available because of situations like that. But still, I would be hesitant to make a commitment knowing that that could happen at any moment. And again, I don't have kids, but from what I understand, parents love when they're off at school and want to go back to work because that gives them time away from the kids and with other grown-ups. And I think that's one of the serious issues that people are struggling with: childcare, sending their children back to school with the possibility of them being sent home to quarantine. The other situation where I really think these people need an unemployment extension is, let's say that your parent, I think of my mom is healthy, but I imagine her having a cancer diagnosis. If she did, she might not be able to take the vaccine, even if she wanted to. If she were immunocompromised, there are situations where you can't take the vaccine. And it would make me so incredibly nervous. Even though I don't live with my mom, I am the one that takes her to her doctor's appointments. And again, my mom is okay. But I'm trying to empathize and think outside of just my own situation. I would feel so nervous driving her to a doctor's appointment, knowing that I had been at work recently, and even though I'm vaccinated, that I can still spread the virus to someone that's not vaccinated. And because of her age, and if she were undergoing treatment for a serious illness like cancer, and she was immunocompromised, her chances of serious consequences would be much higher. And I would be devastated if I thought, I'm about to cry just thinking about it. I would be devastated if I thought that I was ever the one that got my family member ill, especially if the outcome was the worst case scenario. And I think that people in that situation, where they're either immunocompromised themselves or they're caring for someone who is immunocompromised, that's not an easy decision. I think unemployment benefits should be extended for those people. I also don't think that they should have cut it off so suddenly. I think they should have tapered people off. To just cut everything off and leave people with no help is infuriating to me. California's governor tweeted this morning. He said, of the jobs added in August, California accounted for 44% of those jobs. Well, that job report was 500,000 jobs short of, almost 485,000 short of what economists were predicting. And here in California, just California, 2.2 million Californians lost all of their unemployment benefits. So 44% of the 235,000 jobs that were added, that is 103.4 thousand jobs, which is a lot of jobs. But in comparison to the 2.2 million people that just lost their benefits, that is 1 out of 21 people who are unemployed found a job. So to me, if there's 21 people that need work and one person got the job, that's not anything to celebrate, in my opinion. Those are not good numbers. That does not show that our economy is improving. So those are my honest thoughts on that situation. I am really open to hearing other viewpoints and knowing what you guys think on this subject matter. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.